Hello, online crew. Guess who's back? I've had no sleep. I'm utterly exhausted, but I'm here. I'm back in Australia, sitting back in my chair, and I've got something pretty cool to share with you guys. I'll just give you a little bit of an update on my trip and what I came home with. Check it out. Check it out. So I'll explain a little bit about that in a minute, but this live is all about you and if you want to attract more leads online. So I want to share something with you about how you can do that and then how I'm going to help you do that coming up and for free. So today's live will hopefully give you a little bit of information that, I've got something exciting coming up to share with you. But how have you all been? Have you missed me? You probably didn't even notice I was gone, but just to bring you up to speed, I have been in America for the last about 10 days. I went and spoke at an event over in Durham in North Carolina. See my $20 jumper from the airport. And was in this really kind of like high-tech studio with screens, like endless amounts of screens, and all the students were up on the wall on screens, and it was just the most incredible experience. If you want to see a little bit about that and sort of what went on that trip, just go to my personal profile. I shared a few videos, and I did share some stuff on my socials as well. While I was there, I got awarded with this belt for being a multiple six-figure earner in the industry of online marketing, digital marketing, network marketing, etc. So that's pretty cool. I got a silver one of these for being a six-figure earner in 2022. And so in 2025, I got one for being a multiple six-figure earner. Cool though, isn't it? And let me tell you, going through the airports with something like this in tow makes for a very interesting trip, back home. I tell you, the amount of attention that it can create from security who just passes by. It was pretty cool. But it's awesome to be home and to give you some great training and resources coming up that I know that you will benefit from. So thank you for being here. Yeah, most people think, Beth, that you're a wrestler because of the nature of it. It looks like a wrestling belt, so it's an interesting topic of conversation. But the event that I was at was all about. Oh, now I've got things dinging everywhere. Oh, good. What was I going to say? So all things online marketing, digital marketing, the fellow speakers that I was with, like it was just so exciting to not only be a speaker at the event, but also to learn from all the other speakers. AI made a huge presence at the event. I will say, if you guys are not embracing AI, utilizing AI, learning how to use AI, you're just missing opportunities to work smarter and not harder to speed up your results potentially. So AI was a big flavor, of what was sort of taught at the event. It was just amazing. So I'll share with you more, about the event, as the days go by. What I want to share with you today is what is an opportunity for you to attract more leads online and how you can do that for free. So this is really something that you want to be striving for, is obviously getting leads. Now, I know most of you concentrate on sales. You want more people to join you in your business and you want to sell more of your product or service, whatever that is. And I get it. We all want that. We all want more sales. But what you really actually need to strive for before sales is leads. Leads is what you should be aiming for. Without leads, you don't have sales. So you've got to get a lead before you get the sale. So I would just really encourage you to change your way of thinking. If you really focus on the sale, your head's in the wrong spot potentially, and you should really focus on getting more leads from social media. So how do we do that? So this is where I'm going to help you. So not next week, the week after, I'm going to do a free boot camp. It's only going to be 3 days, not even my normal, which is 4 days, which is teaching you how to create a lead magnet to attract more leads. As I said, your goal, if you are building a business on social media, is to attract more leads, get more people to raise their hand. So, you could even have a video or a reel or a TikTok or something of that nature go viral. But views are just views. They're vanity metrics. What you want to encourage people to do is raise their hand. So when people raise their hand, now you can start a conversation. Now you can turn somebody who's cold into somebody who's warm. Now that you can collect their information, now you've got the opportunity to convert to a sale. So do you see how that works? It's actually leads that you want more of, not well, that sounds wrong, not sales. Of course you want sales. But when you concentrate just on the sale, you're coming from the wrong place online, and you'll end up like promoting the wrong thing. You'll talk too much about your products or your business opportunity, and you'll forget to lead with value. You won't look like a professional or build your influence because you're concentrating too much on the actual sale, and people can see right through you. What you want to do is to get more people raise their hand from social media and become a lead. So when you can get more leads, you're always going to be in conversations with people. And that's what you want, ideally, your social media content to create, leads. Okay, am I making sense so far? So what I'm going to help you with, not next week, but the week after, is I'm going to do like a free little training boot camp for you, all about creating lead magnets, because this is one way that you can attract leads. So you can attract all the sea of faces that just sit back and they don't say anything and they don't engage with you. So if you put content out there and you think nobody engages with me, no one really talks to me, I guarantee you somebody is always watching. Always. There is not a lot of people that necessarily comment or engage with your content, but somebody is always watching. So when you work on that theory, you want those people that are watching to actually become a lead. So how do you do that? Give them a reason to become a lead. How do we do that? You give them something of value, offer it to your audience, and then they raise their hand and become a lead. So when you create lead magnets, that could be just a simple PDF, a document, a blog post, and an info sheet, a checklist, a video or a video series, or a quiz, or a blueprint, or a guide, or do you get my drift? Like any of those things, if you can create something like that, which is jam-packed full of value in relation to what it is that you sell or do, then you've got more of an opportunity for people to raise their hand. Okay, creating lead magnets positions you as an expert. It actually increases your influence over your audience. So do you want that? Of course you do. Tick. Okay, to be able to position you as an expert, lead magnets can help you do that. It also can help you start conversations, start building relationships. Do you want more of that? Of course you do. Tick. Do you want more engagement? Do you want to start getting the cold market into somebody who's warm, like into a lead? Of course you do. Lead magnets help you do that. Tick. It increases your engagement. So if everybody's sitting back and not saying anything, then how do you give them a reason or encourage them to come out of the woodwork and engage with you? Give them a reason to engage with you. Give them a freebie jam-packed full of information on what it is that you help people with, and you will increase that, engagement, okay? It also gives you the ability to start building like an email list, whether that's automatic or manual. So initially you might not have all the things set up for automation to automatically collect people's email addresses. But if you've got something of value that people raise their hand for, you can say to them, sure, no worries. I'm happy to give you that information. What's your email address? And I'll shoot that through to you. So then you can manually start building an email database. That's the only asset you have online. You don't own your social media. You don't own Facebook. You don't own Instagram. You don't own TikTok. You don't own Snapchat. You don't, whatever platforms you're on, Pinterest, you don't own any of those, and it can be taken away from you like that. But once you start collecting email addresses, that's your asset to nurture leads. This is what you all want to strive for. Whether you've got all the software or not, is you don't need it. There are easier ways to collect email addresses for free through little bits of software. I can teach you how to do all of that, okay? But it's something that you all want to strive to do somewhere along the line because you don't own your social media, okay? And the last thing is lead magnets can work for you 24/7, especially when you automate it all. So while you're sleeping, you can be attracting leads. Isn't that the ultimate goal, to be able to attract leads from your social media while you're sleeping, and then you can nurture those leads? So there are so many reasons why you should be creating lead magnets. I hope you can see the potential of that. So not next week, the week after, I'm doing a free lead magnet bootcamp. This is the third time I've done it over the last few years. I haven't done it for well over a year, I don't think. There's a workbook that I've got for you to work through. It's only 3 days. So in the workbook, like I've got the version with all the answers in it, but you'll get a version with blanks in it. I'll show you that. So there's a whole lot of blanks in it. So while we're going through the boot camp, you can keep this. You can join me live or catch the recordings before they come down. They'll be up for a week. And you can learn all things about lead magnets. So I'm going to go through the purpose of the lead magnet and how you choose a topic for yourself related to your niche. Then we'll go through what kind of lead magnet might be suited to you. Like there's all different types of lead magnets, and some, get more difficult than others. Like it doesn't have to be difficult. So we'll go through a whole different type, all the different types. So then you can choose which one that you might want to create. And then on day 3, I will actually share my screen with you and give you some creative ideas through software as to how you can create it. So I'm going to give you a really good foundation and a really good grounding to come up with, various lead magnets of your own. Does that sound good? So if that sounds good to you, this is completely free. Completely free. It's on the screen there on Facebook. So if you're watching from Instagram or the replay, if you go to helenmartinonline.com/lead magnet, you'll get all the details, the dates. You can register for it. It's completely free. It's not next week, it's the week after. And you'll get a copy of the workbook sent to you via email as well, so you're all ready to go. Okay, so this is your opportunity for free. I won't be on Instagram. I won't be on my Facebook business page. I won't be on YouTube. I'll just be in my one of my Facebook groups delivering this boot camp for you guys for free. This could be incredibly helpful for you. Those of you that have done like lead magnets before, or even done one of my previous boot camps before, one thing you know about social media is nothing ever stays the same. We are always changing. The platforms change, the introduction of AI. So there are ways that you can actually create lead magnets through AI that is so much easier than you have ever seen before. So I'll be talking about that in this boot camp. Like, you would be silly not to go through this boot camp with me. So I hope you see the potential in registering for the boot camp. Do it now. If you have a team, you have team members that could benefit from this, share that link with them. Put it out on your, your social media, because it's completely for free. Okay. When you start to create influence over your social media audience, things start to change. People start to listen to you. You can get leads that then you can nurture that can convert to the sale, and you never know what might happen from that. Just think of my story. Those of you that don't know my story, my whole world was the corporate. I was a general manager, which is equivalent to like a CEO in other countries. And that was my world. I knew nothing about social media. I was one of the last people on Facebook, Instagram, or I couldn't care less about social media. So if, in a number of years, I can learn how to do this, and my business skills, I will say, having all the degrees, like a business degree and law and the marketing and all that kind of stuff, it didn't equip me for digital marketing. Like, it's a completely different ball game. So if I can learn it and become a multiple six-figure earner, which I just got awarded for or recognized for, and have like different streams of income, like you can do it too. I just learnt. I applied, I grew a following, I gained influence over that following. Like if I can do this, you can do it too. And this is a really good place to start in developing lead magnets. You can talk, you can do Facebook Lives, you can put content out there, but if you are not giving people a reason to engage with you, if you're not giving people a reason to raise their hand and become a lead, you are missing major opportunities with what you're doing in building in the online space. Okay? So I'm doing this bootcamp for you for free. So go to helenmartinonline.com/lead magnet. Get registered for the bootcamp. It's not next week. Again, it's the week after, and it's only 3 days. So roughly, up to an hour each of those days. You can catch the replays if you're from a country that's not, time friendly. A lot of people that follow me from the UK, like Europe, and they miss all of my lives, but you can catch the replays for a week before they come down. Okay? So I hope you will join me for that boot camp. Next week, I will be live on my normal schedule, and it's the week after that I'll be doing the boot camp. So it's awesome to be back. I'm still a bit jet lagged. I need a lot more sleep than I've had, but it's always awesome to be home, to be sharing what I can with this community here, all the things that I learn and teach you. So it's great to be back. I will see you next week back on my normal sort of schedule. So look out for that. And then the boot camp will be the week after. Okay. So again, helenmartinonline.com/lead magnet. And just before I go, if you are in my coaching community, we just finished a really awesome training. Beth Frederick, who's our resident Canva expert in my community here. She did an amazing training introducing the new features with Canva and AI, and it's mind-blowing. So if you are a coaching community member, just make sure that you go and watch the replay of the training that Beth and I did, mainly Beth, with Canva and their new AI features, which are free. I will talk more about it in the Lead Magnet Bootcamp, but coaching community members, get ahead of the game and watch the replay of that training that Beth did for us. We just finished it not long ago. Okay, so I will see you next week back on my normal live schedule. It's good to be home. I have a great weekend and I look forward to seeing you next week. Bye.